That's James on the Total Ripper series. He's wearing Adidas Tactical 2017, riding the TRS, sporting some Calvin Klein.
Here we are looking at the 2018 Lib Tech TRS, and very little has changed with the overall ride. It's still XC2 BTX, which was changed a few years ago. It's still horsepower like it is from last year, and you know, it's still just the same board we love. It is my Icy Day specialist. It is my pipe dream. It's my pipe dream made a reality in the pipe.
Yeah.
And it makes my pipe time dreamy. Even though I'm not a strong pipe rider.
Well woven.
Oh, thanks. I'm learning from the best here.
Weaving. He's word weaving.
Yeah, word weaving, dodging and word weaving.
This is a word weaver.
Yeah, and I mean,
word, I mean snow.
I beg Mervin every year for this because I can't tell you how great this Magna traction is in hard snow. And here we are in spring conditions today, and first thing in the morning I was like, what board? There's no other choice. It's like we're going out in hard snow that kind of like froze overnight, but it's going to get soft and perfect in the mornings. And you compare this to almost any other board, and it is just a champ when set on edge. The only thing I'm not that into with this hybrid rocker technology is that short rocker and then that longer camber that doesn't come all the way back down. And you can see this on the table, but we'll give you a quick look here. Tends to do this a little bit. You know, it wants to go.
When it's all flat and straight.
Yeah, when you're flat, when you're one footing or flat basing, yeah. It's something you can easily get used to. But when comparing to hybrid camber, that's the advantage I feel hybrid camber has over hybrid rocker boards like this. However, that camber at the tip and tail, when brought back and you engage that camber, that's the advantage hybrid rocker has over hybrid camber. And especially if you get out over your feet and press that camber down on the tip and tail, you feel like you have a little more board on snow than you do with hybrid rocker, hybrid camber, where it's like this going to rocker. So it's a toss-up. It's all about personal preference. But I could spend a season on this. This is a great daily driver, from anything from hard to even soft snow. It's not too grabby, is it?
Nope.
It used to be a lot more grabby, and they really mellowed out the MTX. It's really mellow here, and then it's really aggressive here like it used to be, but then they really mellows it out
towards
here.
the nose and tail.
Yeah. And it's pretty quick edge to edge. It's like medium fast. And we paired it up with my Super Pros, which are just great bindings for this because it helps it butter a little more. It's got a great flex. It feels a little like medium stiff, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Not really super easy to press.
Yeah, but when you get out on snow, I felt like it butters and presses a lot easier than its flex.
It doesn't spring.
Yeah, it doesn't spring, and it doesn't just like bend. It doesn't bend and it doesn't spring.
A little effort.
It's more of a poppy pipe jump board.
Yeah.
Mountain board. It's a mountain freestyle board. It's the epitome of mountain freestyle because it allows you to go fast. It allows you to get, pretty good carves, and it allows you to really just to get a little buttering on, but it's like mountain park and pipe.
Yeah.
You can hit some jibs with this, and the board does soften up over time. And I've ridden these a full season, and by the end of the season, it's a buttery jib board too.
Nice.
But
I want that.
As it mainly stands, and kind of what you're getting it for, and what you'll see for like the first 30 to 50 days, you'll see a board that's a little stiffer, and then as you get, you know, towards the end of the season, it'll get softer. But I love this, and you know, one thing to talk about, and I wanted to talk about this with Jimbo. We just have the extruded base right out of the factory. I did no waxing, and it's kind of an extruded base. I call this high-end extruded. And I hear so many people email me and so many people complain about this extruded base. But Jimbo did not know it was extruded today. What did you say to me when you were going through the pipe?
It was hauling ass.
Yeah, it is good. And I think Lib Tech figured it out correctly when they made this base for this board, because this is a daily driver kind of board. This is the kind of board you ride every day, and you're probably not so many people bitch about centered versus extruded, and this is barely extruded. I would call this like high-end extruded, like low-end centered. You know, it's got this. It's
got
always
this
had
bus going by.
it's always had this amazing. But no, it's got this glide to it. Where yes, if like you take it compared to some of my nicer centered base boards with wax on it, yes, they're a little faster. Are they fast enough to where it's kind of like annoyingly noticeable? No. This has great glide, especially when you wax it. But this is the kind of board for people who don't wax every day, and you can go out with like a little base burn and, you know, just factory wax, definitely in need of a wax, and still have an amazing glide going on. And so that's where this shines. This shines in that middle ground. When your really nice centered base is on day 4, it's going to start getting slower than this board on day 4.
Interesting.
And it'll be faster day 1, 2, and 3. And then the wax will start to go away, and you'll get that absorbent, you know, centered base, and it'll want more wax. And if you don't wax every day, this is a better choice. And Jimbo, what'd you feel about this bad boy? I mean,
I really enjoyed riding this board, frankly.
Would you like to have this in a mid-wide?
I would love to have that in a mid-wide. That's kind of one of my dream future boards, I think.
Yeah,
because man, it really just hums.
It does. It's a humdinger.
It's fun underfoot. It is easy on the underfoot.
Yes, and I think that it's great to pair this up with a nice like buttery binding like this, kind of a mountain freestyle binding, like a Super Pro with a semi-supportive ankle strap, and you know, good butterability underfoot. Mervin probably won't like this, but another great binding to pair this with is the Burton Genesis.
Metal.
Yeah, and bent metal is good, but the Burton Genesis.
I was trying to do the placement.
Yeah. Burton Genesis or Cartel is a great fit with this, and also, yeah, the bent metal bindings seem to have nice flex underfoot and good butterability. I forget the exact name, but they're mid flexing. They're kind of their middle ground one would be a great fit too. And there you have it. You know, the Lib Tech TRS. It's just a board I love to have in my quiver. Thank you, Mervin, for giving me one of my favorites. We only ask for favorites. We send everything back. And so to have this in our line is exceptional. And it is the board onto which we compare all other hard snow potential mountain freestyle favorites. And we compare this to other mountain freestyle boards in general. It's just a poppy, dynamic, fun mountain pipe and jump ride with a little jib aftertaste and buttery jibby aftertaste.
Okay.
Would you
I would agree with that.
All right, fair enough.